What is up, guys? Today is a little bit of a side quest. We're gonna nerd out today on some Nissan wheels. What I want to do is go to the junkyard and check out an Infiniti G20 with some OEM stock wheels still on it, and verify that they are the exact same wheel as the 180SX Type X stocks that I just got from Japan. So I think the only difference is the center cap. I did read online that maybe the offsets might be different, but I don't see why Nissan would make the same wheel in like a 5 to 10 millimeter offset difference. And if one of those wheels or two of those wheels are in really good condition, then I'm just gonna buy them and take them home with me, because two of the wheels that I have on the car right now, one of them is a little bit of has a little bit of curb rash, and the other one has some overspray. So if I could find two Infiniti G20 wheels, verify that they are the exact same wheel, I'm just gonna take them and put my Nissan center caps on those. Speaking of wheels, here are the old hubcaps and steelies from my S13. If anyone wants those, let me know. And also, speaking of wheels and center caps, this is a R32 GTR center cap, and it says, "We produced with Spartan Air." Look at the production date. This is the second month of 1993. And I just thought that the message on the center cap is so funny. I tried to do some research online about what it means, and the consensus is that this basically means like this was produced to its finest quality with no expense spared, just created to an unmatched quality. If anyone can confirm that, let me know. Or if not, let me know what you think this means. But anyways, let's get back to it. At my garage, just picking up tools for the junkyard, and I'm deciding to use the original lug wrench that is under the spare tire in the hatch of the S13. Look at this thing, it's so aged and old. Let's open it up, check it out. There's like an ancient artifact right here. Boom. This is what we'll be using. Has never been touched ever till today. All right, so we made it to the 2000 Infiniti G20 here at Chula Vista Pick Your Part. Here's the wheels. So far, they look pretty much identical to the 180SX wheels. As you can tell, Infiniti center cap, of course. But thankfully, I brought Nissan center cap. Looks like it'll fit just fine. Unfortunate news though is that all of them are freaking beat up. So I'm not gonna leave the junkyard today with any of these wheels. But I am gonna pull this one off and inspect the inside to see if it has the same, I guess, weight savings on the spokes and on the hub. And then also, I'm gonna just keep an eye out for like an offset number. If it says offset is 40, then this is pretty much the same wheel. I'm gonna pop the center cap out also and put in that Nissan center cap that I just showed you. And if that's all, if all checks out, then that means that this is just the 180SX Type X wheel, which is probably self-explanatory and not anything worth like being excited about. But for me, I'm just doing it for my own sake and a little cheat code for anyone else who's trying to replicate like a 180SX Type X, Koki, whatever you want to call it, build, or if you just need some stocks, some Vorlug stocks to roll around on your 240. So let's get to it. Guy off. Oh, yep. Look at that. Has all the same little cavities on like this hub area, and then the spokes also as well. So that checks out. And then offset, let's see. This is crazy. Moment of truth. A lot of people online were saying, aren't those just Infiniti G20 rims? Like the same exact thing, like the style? Yes, it's the same thing. Mesh, Y spoke, check it out. Looks just like mine on the 240. But I did some research, and a couple sources were saying that the offset was different. A lot of people were saying that that's not true. And also, I didn't even believe it was true, because why would you make the same style of wheel, but just make the offset just ever so slightly different, right? But check it out. Let's get this wheel. Check it out, Infiniti G20 rim OEM. And 15x6, okay, that checks out. That's exactly the same as the 180SX wheel. But, boom, right there. ET 45 offset. Mine is a offset of 40, 5 mil difference. This is a weaker spec by 5 millimeters. So it's 5 millimeters sunken into the body more than the 180SX wheel. Pretty interesting find. I'm actually a little more excited that I discovered they are different wheels. Even then, I'm going to pop out the center cap just to see if the Nissan center cap fits. It should just pop right on. All right, let's turn this into a 180SX Type X looking wheel. Boom. Boom. There you have it. Looks just like my wheel, but this is, like I said, 45 millimeter offset versus a 40. Too bad it's not the same, but also kind of funny and cool that it's not the same. Very minute difference. All right, back in the car, and just to recap, it's kind of funny because I came kind of hoping that these Infiniti G20 wheels would be exactly the same rim as the 180SX stocks, because the style looked identical, right? And I was hoping that one of these wheels would be in better condition than my curb rashed one, so I could take it home and then put the correct center cap on it, and then it would be like a clean, complete set that I have on my car. So a little bummed, but at the same time, I'm a little excited. Like, I'm stoked because that just makes my wheel more special to know that it's like the right one with the right spec. I know it's a very small difference and something only probably like not even 1% of like Nissan enthusiasts will care about, but to me, I just think it's a cool little detail, right? But if anyone did ever want to go that route, like get an Infiniti G20 wheel, I'm sure it will fit. It should clear the brakes. And you could also just run a spacer, you know? Like, I think I'm gonna throw a spacer on my 40 millimeter offset 180SX wheels just to push them out a little more when I lower the car. So it doesn't even matter. Like, you could just get the Infiniti G20 wheel, get the right center cap, the one that says Nissan versus the Infiniti logo, and then get a like a spacer if you just wanted to like get like a more flush look. But speaking of center caps, Nissan used this for like so many different cars. And this does fit perfectly in the Infiniti G20 wheel. So if anyone's interested, the part number is 40343 5P010. I got these a full set of center caps off eBay, thinking that I was gonna leave the junkyard with a full set, potentially full set of Infiniti G20 wheels, and then slap these guys on there. But obviously that's not the case, and that's all right. We learned something, and it's the whole point of this video. But yeah, it's gonna be it for this video. Little side quest. Thanks for joining in, and till next time. I did just buy some arms to accompany the coilovers that I bought for the car, so I do want to drop it a little bit, and it's gonna look real good. So thanks for watching. Peace. All right, sorry, I thought that was the end of the video, but I just had an epiphany. I took a photo of my 180SX wheels on the 240 before I came to the junkyard, and then I was comparing that photo to the Infiniti G20 wheel, and despite the style looking very, very similar, there's actually a pretty obvious difference, honestly. If you look at the center, and I'll put up photos, if you look at the center of the 180SX wheel, it's flat. And then there's the center cap that says Nissan, it's flat, right? Between the four lugs. If you look at the Infiniti G20 wheel, it's almost, it protrudes a little bit. It's almost like a little nipple, or just a little more of a bump to the center portion of the Infiniti G20 wheel. And again, another one of those small differences, but that is the way to tell the difference between an Infiniti G20 wheel and the OEM 180SX Type X wheels. Disclaimer, that wheel that I'm talking about, the 180SX stocks, that did come on some S14s as well. They are hard to find, but confirmed they are different wheels for sure. And that's how you tell. And regarding that design difference, that's probably why the Infiniti G20 wheel has a higher offset, because the center, I'm sounding like such a nerd right now, but the center protrudes out more, which brings the wheel in. Therefore, it's a 45 millimeter offset versus the 40 millimeter offset on the 180SX stocks with the flat center. So that's it. That's that. We're done. Goodbye.